been in your program for a number of years, and just what you see of him as a leader, a guy that gets the scout team ready, but maybe also serves as a mentor for Mac and Jared and some of the younger guys.
Yeah, Brian's done a real good job of that. Of course, as you mentioned, Jim, he's been in the system longer than anybody else as a player and knows the offense extremely well. And it's one thing as a coach to coach the players and all that, and but in the end, it's always helpful to have somebody who's actually played it be able to also talk about it, because they're, as a player, you get told a lot of things, and as an experienced player, you can sometimes help the younger players with understanding what's really important and what to put at the top of the list. And with players like Brian or Gerard and Troy on the coaching staff, Bill Yates, those guys have all played it, and it's different to actually play it than it is to coach it. And both are important, but they all do a great job of that. But Brian in particular, I think, has been extremely good with Garrett, Jared, and Mac on giving coaching points on either plays, situations, cadence. I mean, you name it. And kind of to help move the important stuff up to the top. And not that everything isn't important, but there's some things you really got to take care of first. And he's done a nice job of that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question, Mike, please, followed by Matthew Fairbrother.
Good morning, Bill. I just had two-part question, and maybe just go all at once here. What has Hunter Henry brought to the team? And we've seen you rotate a little bit at running back behind Damian with JJ and Ramondre. I was curious, what were the primary factors that led you to JJ yesterday in that spot?
Yeah, we have confidence in all those guys, and with James White, we started the year with 5 backs and had a lot of confidence in all of them, and they've all contributed. And Brandon had another good day for us yesterday, and both JJ and Ramondre are both young, but they both contributed, and I think they will going forward. So it's good to have depth there. Hunter's been really good in a lot of ways. He's a smart player. He can do a lot of things. He's got a good versatile skill set. I thought one of the best plays he had yesterday was on the opening kickoff, where the Jets tried to kick the ball opposite of the way we expected, and what the wind would indicate and so forth. But it was a play designed to send the ball up into the sun and make it a tough catch and a tough play there. Gunner handled the ball well, but we had to flip the whole return from going to the right, going to the left based on where the ball came down. And Hunter came all the way over from the right side, made a key block, and got the ball in good field position to start the game. So it was a heads-up play by the kickoff return team in a lot of areas, but really Hunter made the key block on that and came the farthest to do it. So it was little things like that Hunter does that are really kind of they're little things that become big things. Then we run the screen pass to Jonnu, and he's running the over route, and took some coverage over there with him, and Jonnu made a nice play to break the tackle there by I think it was May, but again, that's the kind of thing that Hunter does. Is he attracts some attention, made a great catch on a touchdown pass. So he's been a really really good addition to our team, and has helped us in a lot of ways: running game, passing game. As I said, on a kickoff return. So he's a good, smart, tough, dependable player.
Next question, Matthew Fairburn, followed by Phil Turner.
Morning, Bill. Wanted to follow up on Hunter Henry and just what is it about him, maybe as a player or as a person, that's allowed him to catch on this quickly in your offense and kind of pick things up and hit the ground running?
Well, I mean, again, he's a pretty experienced player. And that goes all the way back to high school there at in Arkansas, Pulaski Academy, playing for Coach Kelly, and then playing for Brett at Arkansas, and then his experience with the Chargers, and being with an experienced quarterback out there, with Rivers and so forth. So he's a really smart player. He's a very instinctive player, and I'm sure he's learned a lot along the way, and he's again helped us, and brought some things. He does some things, I won't say on his own, but just instinctively does the right thing, and you put into play. And he's the kind of guy that really makes it work just by knowing what to do, being patient, using his route technique, winning his leverage. When he doesn't have the leverage, figuring out how to slip the defender to get to where he needs to go, and so forth. And knows when he's covered, how to drag another guy into covering him, and kind of take 2 for 1 to open it up for somebody else. So he does a lot of little things, subtle things, really, really well. And as I said, he's been a really good addition to our team, and gives us a lot of versatility. And he's a guy that has really really stepped up and give us a lot of production at that position.
Thank you.
Question, Phil Perry, followed by Dakota Rainbow.
Hey, Bill, wanted to ask you about Jawan Bentley. Just having watched the first 2 plays of the game on defense for you guys, he's kind of in the mix, pretty quickly on both of those. And it looks like he's moving almost like before the snap. And I just want to ask you, is that the call sometimes? Is that just Jawan's instincts, or him picking up on something that kind of leads him in the direction of the ball as quickly as he's getting there on those plays?
Right, Phil. I think it's a combination of both. It could be part of a stunt. On the second play, I think the play referring to the Wesco moved across the formation in motion kind of quickly before the snap, which we've seen them do before. And so, we all kind of moved over a little bit, and then, Barmore was on an inside move. So he kind of opened up some space there where Juwan would naturally fill. And, he was able to shoot through there and kind of break the play up. So, but it's a combination of both. But Juwan's a real instinctive player. He has a good feel for the running game and a passing game, but particularly, the running game, both on his fits, and then when there's movement on the line or scheme blocks, how to fit those, and how to be in the right place. You've seen him do that, pretty much all year. He had a similar play in the first Jet game to the other side, to the left side, where he, ran through the B gap and, had a tackle for a loss there. And so things like that. He's really done a good job of that. But it's a combination of both. Some of that's instinct, some of it's, as part of a call, and sometimes we're up in there and don't come and, try to make the offense respect it, but, do something differently. So, yeah, but he does a nice job. He has a good feel for the running game and how to fit on all those plays inside.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next question, Dakota Rainbow, followed by Chris Ryan.
Yeah, Bill, question about Justin Herbert. I'm just wondering, did you guys do any work on him before the draft last year? And in either way, did you have any idea that he'd be good this early? What's made him so successful so early in his career?
Because he's really good. Yeah, he's really good. I thought he was outstanding. Just really had everything you're looking for. He's very athletic, good arm, a lot of poise. Played well in Oregon, had just a number of big plays, all the passes, all the throws, but extended plays, scrambles, could run the read zone and all that. I mean, he's as good a quarterback as I've seen come out here in quite a while, especially as it fits the pro game. And yeah, I don't think you're going to find too many better than him. This guy's really, really an impressive player. I thought he was really good when we played him last year, and luckily we, had a pretty good day. But I'm not counting on that again. He's I have a ton of respect for him. I think he's going to be one of the top quarterbacks in the league for a long time to come.
And real quick, going back to yesterday's game, quickly, you guys dealt with a lot of injuries on the defensive line during the week and during the game. Just your thought on how those guys played through it and performed yesterday.
Yeah, they really stepped up. DG didn't practice all week and gave us a really solid performance in the game. DYs missed Wednesday and was kind of a little bit limited on Thursday, but he really came around at the end of the week and gave us a solid play in there. And Dan stepped up off the practice squad and gave us a lot of snaps inside along with Barmore, and LG was steady and consistent like he always is. So and Carl did a real good job for us on the nose, and did a good job in the running game. They hit us on the reverse, but those aren't the plays the nose guard's going to stop anyway. But he did a real solid job for us, not only stopping the run, pushing the pocket in there, and so I thought that group really really helped us yesterday.
Thank you.
The last two questions from Chris Ryan and Zach.
Morning, Bill. How are you?
Hey, Chris. Good.
Want to ask you about Mac halfway through the season and what you have seen in his development. There's been a lot of discussion about the rookie class of quarterbacks. So just from him specifically, but also the challenges of trying to adapt to being a high-level starter in the current version of the NFL.
Yeah, well, it's a big jump from college to pro football. The passing game is a lot different. And certainly athletes that play in the passing game are a lot different than what you see in college. And the schemes are the multiple players that can be in coverage and how fast and how aggressive the pass rush is. It's a lot different than college. Although I'd say Mac played in more of a pro system at Alabama than a lot of other quarterbacks did. But regardless, it's still a big jump. Yeah, Mac's been steady, and I don't think there's any one play or any one moment that's just changed the direction of his development. It's just play by play, day by day, just stacking those together and accumulating the experience that he has. And offensively, it's between him and multiple other starters, let's call them new starters from last year, or guys who have played a lot. We just had a lot of new people in there at various points, whether it be on the offensive line or obviously the skill position players, other than Andrews and Jacoby. Other players, even the guys that played last year, they've either missed time this year, they missed time last year, or whatever the case might be. So it's a process of just everything coming together at all levels, not just at the quarterback position, but transcends throughout the entire offense. And there are a lot of good players there, and Hunter and KB and Nelly, and we mentioned a lot of them here, but they weren't with us until this year, and there's been a learning curve and an adjustment for them and for all of us. But again, we're just taking it day by day and trying to improve, tomorrow from where we were today and so forth, and hopefully that'll serve us well in the long run. I'm sure it will. That's the approach we've been taking, and that's whether it's a quarterback or combination of quarterback and all the other positions. That's the world we're in.
And last question, Zach Cobb.
Morning, Bill. You touched on him a little bit earlier, but I'm just curious what you've seen from Barmore and his development now that he's 7 games in.
Yeah, I think Christian's done a good job of developing all phases of his game. He's improved in the run game. He's improved in the pass rush. He's a versatile player that's played a number of spots for us. 5 technique. 3 technique. He's also played on the nose. So that's a lot of things that can happen to a defensive lineman, the different blocking schemes, different types of pass protection, different reads, and then you mix that in with multiple defensive calls and so forth. There's quite a bit could be going on there, and I think he's handled that well. Again, similar to the conversation we had with on Mac. He's improved all the way through. He's been out there. He's been durable. He's continued to get snaps on the field daily, and he's learned from those snaps, and he's gotten better at the multiple things he's been asked to do. So if he keeps working hard and he continues to, press on his fundamentals and his techniques, which are so critical to the position he plays, all the line positions, that I'm sure he'll continue to get better. And, as he's gained experience and knowledge, and as I said, better fundamentals, then, he'll continue to improve. But I'm glad we have him. He's made a lot of progress, and I think he'll be a good player. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Opponents? I've gone up against thousands.
And there's an opponent we're all up against, COVID-19.
But there's a way to beat it. Get vaccinated.
So when it's your turn, roll up your sleeves.
And let's get to the finish line together.
Bud Light Seltzer start making lemonade?
Probably when 2020 handed us all those lemons.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Opponents? I've gone up against thousands.
And there's an opponent we're all up against, COVID-19.
But there's a way to beat it. Get vaccinated.
So when it's your turn, roll up your sleeves.
And let's get to the finish line together.
Bud Light Seltzer start making lemonade?
Probably when 2020 handed us all those lemons.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a